Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the Trillion Dollar Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. This is the pre-market briefing where we prepare for the trading day before the opening bell. We're in a massive holding pattern. Unemployment claims hit at 5:30 a.m. at 210K. Basically, that was right about where it was expected to come in. We saw a 5-minute flush in the SPX and then a slight bounce. But the real story is what's absent from the price action right now. Everyone is waiting for the 1 p.m. update from Trump. And we do have a update on what he said yesterday. But before we get into that, let's check out our mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right. Okay, so Trump's speech from yesterday. Let me put the chart on the screen. I'll just put SPX on the screen while I go over those highlights from Trump yesterday. We'll put on a 5-minute chart. As you can see, this major fall off from the high of 8:40 p.m. last night. Okay, this is what Trump said yesterday. He said the 4 to 6 week timeline. Trump has signaled he expects the Iran war to be in its final stage, aiming for a wrap up before his mid-May summit with China. This is the first end date the market has to trade against. The 15-point peace plan, a formal proposal on the table demanding Iran dismantle nuclear sites in exchange for relief. Tehran is scoffing publicly, but the market is watching the delay as a sign that talks are happening behind the scenes. The AI, energy, and big tech. Trump is doubling down on the Ratepayer Protection Pledge. Big tech, Microsoft, Google, Meta, and others must build, bring, or buy their own power. He's protecting your utility bill, but he's putting the infrastructure bill on the hyperscalers. All right, let's get into Robert Greene's daily law. There we are. Pay attention to negative cues. The ability to loosen our minds and alter our perspective is a function of our imagination. Learn to imagine more possibilities than you generally consider. Avoid fixating only on what is present. Ponder what is absent. In long-term investing, most investors fixate on what they see, red candles and war headlines. Mastery requires that you look at what is absent. If the market is facing extreme fear, but it isn't making new lows, the absence of a breakdown is a powerful sign of an underlying floor. Don't just watch the news. Watch what the news fails to move. Now, I'm not saying that we're not making new lows, because we definitely are. Our most recent low was on Monday. So we did break those November and October lows on Monday. We did recover, and now we're falling again. So I just want to say that because it kind of sounded like we weren't doing that, but we are. Just want to put that in perspective. For Active trading, the barking dog is a trade you don't take. If the 5:30 a.m. jobless claims come in as expected, as they did today, but the market doesn't rally, the absence of a move tells you the buyers are exhausted. Imagine the missing information. If the indices are bouncing, but the tech leaders like Nvidia aren't participating, that absence of leadership is your warning to stay on the sidelines. Okay, so we're waiting for the Trump to talk at market close at 1 p.m. I'm going to give you these levels on about 5 tickers today. Stay patient, stay disciplined, execution over emotion, process over prediction. And remember, this is just a setup. We'll be back at the market open with real-time price action and momentum. Let's get into it. Okay, so SPY currently in the pre-market. We're at 651.56. So downside levels, we have the pre-market low of 650.17, followed by a 1 hour level at 649.91. That's basically the same zone. It's only 30 cents away. And then we got 646.80, 644.90, 641.61. To the upside resistance, we got 652.50. We have the pre-market high, 654.90. We got 657.50, and then 660. QQQ. Currently in the pre-market at 582.30. Downside support, we got 580.70, 578.55, 577.30, 574.50. To the upside resistance, we got 583.40, 585.70. Where's my pre-market high? Excuse me 1 second. Alright, upside resistance. So the pre-market high is very close to that, 585.70. After that, we got 587.95 and 590.10. Nvidia, current price in the pre-market, 176.61. As far as support, very close to this first level, 176.45, followed by a pre-market low, 176.03, 175, 174. And then once we get to 172.95, we're entering the smart money concept support zone. The first level I have in this support zone is 171.90. To the upside resistance, I got 177.80, followed by the pre-market high, 14 cents higher than that. And then I have a level at 178.35, followed by 180.20. Apple currently in the pre-market, we got 251.91. The downside support, we got 251.60, very close to our pre-market low, 251.53, 251.25, 250.30, 250.10, 249.57. Then we get into our smart money concept support zone starting at 249.42. To the upside resistance, we got 253, which is very close to the pre-market high, and 254.20. 255, 256.95, and 258. Google, currently in the pre-market, is at 287.47. Downside support, we got the pre-market low, 287.03, followed by 286.05, 285, 283.60. To the upside resistance, we got 289.50. Pre-market high, 290.35, 231.30, 291.30, 294.10. And Tesla, current price in the pre-market, 381.50. The downside support, we got the pre-market low, 379.77, 379.30, 376.50, 373.15. The upside resistance, we got the pre-market high, 384.84, followed by 385.30, and then we get into the gap up here. The gap starts at 387.17. All right, so I'm only giving 6 tickers their levels, 3 to the downside, 3 to the upside, because that's already a lot just to try to watch. I might cut it down to 4, but I'll give you 6 for today. And we'll be back at the market open. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.